Welcome back to the channel, SoFi and stock market investors. My name is Jason. I have an incredible video lined up for you guys today because SoFi just hit a monumental milestone, a huge milestone that's going to propel us to the places we want to go. Obviously, SoFi stock has been sliding over the last several months, but I'm going to show you the reason why you should not be selling your shares and this incredible news and this milestone that SoFi just hit. But first, I want to address something that I saw a lot in the comments the last several videos. I always try to be as transparent with you guys as possible. And when I say I have 6,000 shares, guys, I actually have 6,000 shares. I'm not here to bullshit you guys. I'm not here to inflate my ego. That's not how I work on this channel. I want to help you guys be sound at making investments. So I'm going to be 100% transparent. So take a look at your screen right now. I'm going to show you all the SoFi shares I currently own. Okay, here we go. Here's my big dog brokerage account. You can see all the different times I bought SoFi and the prices I bought them at over the last several years, guys. Lots of buys here, lots of buys. Okay, this goes back from 2022 before TD Ameritrade transferred over to that new brokerage, right? So look right here, total 5,700 shares in this one account alone. And then if we go over to my Robinhood account, here we are, SoFi, 425 shares. So that's well over 6,000 shares, guys. So I'm not here to bullshit you guys. And here in my SoFi account, I got 17 shares. What I do is I use my credit card points to buy shares of different stocks over the last several years. So, and I also have an IRA that has about 50 shares in there. So we're well above that. Once again, guys, for the cheap seats, 425 in Robinhood and 5,700 shares in my big dog brokerage account, right? So I just want to be transparent with you guys just to get that out of the way, because in the comment section, so many people were saying, I don't have the shares, I'm full of shit. Well, the proof is in the pudding there, guys. So I just wanted to show that to you, to show you I'm a real deal investor. I'm not one of these guys who tell you to buy this stock or you should do options on this stock and they own 100 shares. I have a significant six-figure position in SoFi stock, but it hasn't been great. Look, year to date, we're down around 30%. Over the last 6 months, down 17.5%. Over the last month alone, we're down, closing in on 26%. And guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, blast that hype button, because this is the real deal SoFi channel. And I'm also going to start breaking out into other avenues, like 3 stocks each month that I'm buying. I'm going to put out a nice savings account video in the next coming week or so. So I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be expanding the channel outside of SoFi as well. Just another reason to subscribe to the channel. All right, SoFi investors, now for the real reason you are here today, that monumental milestone they just hit. Take a look at your screen right here. SoFi just crossed 700 million shares owned by institutions. That's a remarkable number. We also crossed 55% total ownership by institutions. And the more these numbers increase, the less retail can sell the stock off. Because if we take a look at SoFi stock, I think one of the major reasons why the stock has sold off considerably is look at all this selling around earnings. Lots of selling, man. This big red here. And then some retail has jumped back in at these lower prices, which makes sense to me. I've been one of them. I've been adding, I think I've added around 200 or 300 more shares in various accounts over the last several days. And I have some puts that are going to be, exercised. I'm going to have to buy those shares in that $22, $21 range. So, and look, hedge funds, the buying has outweighed the selling the last several months. And insiders, we see a big buy here in February, 166,000 shares of buying and no selling. So another reason why this is such a monumental number is take a look at this. So 724 million shares owned by institutions. We just crossed 700 million over the last couple days. I put this video out last week. Urgent. Why not to sell your SoFi shares? I'll leave a link for this video in the description down below. It's got over 6,000 views. But just to, not what, when did this come out? 4 days ago, the video came out. So I shot it 5 days ago. And look, there was the institutional ownership was at 694 million, right? So look at this jump, guys. We're talking 30 million shares have been bought by institutions over the last week of trading. That's insane, guys. So do not get shaken out of your shares. This is a huge, huge, monumental milestone. I know I said that a million times, but it really is. We went from 54% ownership to almost 57% institutional ownership in less than a week. That's crazy when you're considering all the outstanding shares that are out there for SoFi stock, guys. This is a huge milestone. Every 100 million shares that are now owned by institutions is going to make the stock less volatile. So what do they know that we don't know? Is that S&P 500 inclusion right around the corner that's going to raise this stock price? I think at 1963, I got to add another 100 or so shares. I want to get in my big dog account around 6,000 shares. And then in the Robinhood account, I want to get between 500 and 1,000. I think around 7,000 shares. I'm pretty comfortable with my position. And I'm going to start to build out some other positions for sure. I think there's some great value. I think Robinhood is actually a really great value. Whenever crypto gets destroyed, that's a good time to buy Robinhood because for whatever reason, I know a lot of their profits are crypto related and the trading of crypto, but it's still a pretty decent business outside of the crypto situation, right? So taking a look at Robinhood in the $70-$80 range, pretty good price to get in my opinion. I think Palantir is a good buy as well. Going from 230 to 130, that's a considerable discount, right? And if you're looking at Palantir on your basic PE metrics, you got to dive a little bit deeper into this business model. But I just want to let you know that the buying is far outweighing the selling when it comes to institutions, right? And if we take a look at this chart, you could see this line behind the bar graph, right? Look at the stock going down here in the 20s. But this was last updated in December, right? So we're over 700 million shares. So this bar graph, once it's updated on this website, is going to be up here now, right? Up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right. And we see like the institutional ownership is more consistent, right? But we're making higher highs and lower lows. And that's an important thing when you're a shareholder of any company, right? So we're starting to see institutions. Red means companies have sold out of their position completely. Green is new. And then the percent value, what they added, we see here 44%, 62%, 721%, 158%. We're starting to see, some big buys from the institutions. Wells Fargo increased their position by 10%. They also bought some call options, right? So buying some call options could be interesting here for SoFi as well. Headlands Technology increased their position by 461%. I mean, we're seeing most of these increases are positive, right? So, and that proof is in the pudding, right? Just a week ago when I made this video, 694 million shares owned by institutions. And now going into next week, over 724 million shares owned, 30 million shares bought up by institutions in less than a week. And I expect that buying to continue. And I wouldn't be surprised if we cross 800 million shares in the next month or two if this stock price stays depressed, guys. So I just want to break down what's happening with SoFi stock on an institutional level. And I also want to show you guys that I'm not full of shit. You saw all the shares that I own. I think it's about 6,250 or so in all my various accounts, right? But I want to show you again, 5,700 here in the Robinhood account, 450, 425. Sorry, my bad, 425. So that's right there, just in those two accounts, well over 6,000 shares. I'm here to be transparent for you guys, to help you guys. And I hope you like the channel, subscribe to it, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace.